Hey, bae, you hungry? It's Taco Tuesday, so you know your boy's fitting to cook. My name's CJ. If this is your first time to the channel, hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, turn on those notifications, and absolutely positively drop a like. On today's video, I've got a couple of different Taco Tuesday pairings for you to consider, and I'll show you why I'm going to play this in the way that I'm going to play this in just a moment. But first and foremost, if you're not playing on Prize Picks yet, code Curry gets you that 100% instant deposit match on your first deposit up to $100. I've left a link for you down in the description of today's video. If you're not playing on Prize Picks, get started. Jump on daily fantasy sports made easy on Prize Picks. First and foremost, before we get into today's Taco Tuesday plays, I just want to really quickly recap what a great night we had yesterday in Patreon. Tweeted this out earlier. Very solid day in Patreon. We only missed one pick. We went 5-1-2 overall in picks that I posted for Patreon members. We had Duval under 1.5 hitter strikeouts. We had Suarez under 1.5 hitter strikeouts. Both of those guys came through clutch. Then we went with Michael Wacha over 4.5 pitcher strikeouts. He hit that. Weathers went over 2.5 earned runs allowed. Aaron Nola went over 97.5 pitches thrown. And then we tied on a couple of picks with Weathers allowing exactly 5 hits. And then Assad tying with exactly 4 strikeouts. So really good day overall. 5-1-2 record. A lot of profitable picks that were posted for Patreon members. If you want to join, it's only $20 a month, guys. About 66 cents per day gets you access to all the picks, a private Discord community full of friendly people who just want to help each other win. So if that sounds exciting to you, go down to the description of today's video and join Patreon, all right? Taking a look at today's taco. It is Taijuan Walker of the Philadelphia Phillies, okay? He's not the most consistent, reliable guy on the board, but hey, he's getting discounted from 4 strikeouts all the way down to 2.5. This is what you guys voted on, all right? You guys went out to the PrizePicks X account and you voted for this guy. So now we got to take a look at it and we'll see if Taijuan Walker makes for a tasty taco today, or is it going to be one that we want to send back to the kitchen because there's a hair in our taco? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. We're going to use a couple of different projection models to take a look at this. We'll also pull it up on props.cash and kind of see what his hit rates are at 2.5 strikeouts. Hopefully they're good hit rates. So let's start by checking out some projections. We're going to be using The Bat by Derek Carty. When we type in Taijuan Walker's name and we head over to the strikeouts column, you can see he's projected for 4.1 Ks. Again, the line's 2.5. So we need at least 3 strikeouts from Walker to get ourselves paid out today. So the Bat likes him to go over 2.5. What about RotoWire? Let's take a look there. RotoWire's got him at 2.5 is the line. 4.7 is the projection over on RotoWire. So that's another healthy projection for Taijuan Walker to go over. Taking a look at this projection, Fantasy Labs has Taijuan Walker projected for 4.7 Ks going up against the San Francisco Giants. So all these projections have him closer to 5 strikeouts on a line of just 2.5. So things are looking pretty darn tasty on this taco so far. Let's also take a look at Number Fire while we're here. I like to check as many projection models as I possibly can. Number Fire in this case, a free projection model. If you guys are looking for free projection models for fantasy score, for things like strikeouts or pitching outs, I mean, they got a little bit of everything here for free for you on Number Fire. But Taijuan Walker's strikeout line is at 5.35. That's his projection, I should say, over on Number Fire. So here we go again, another very strong projection for Taijuan Walker. And then we'll wrap this up by taking a look at FTN. They've got Taijuan Walker projected for 4.4 K. So everywhere you look, things are looking up for Taijuan Walker over 2.5 strikeouts. Here's what we've got here on props.cash. By the way, if you're not using props.cash, you want to get access to all the advanced statistics and data, historical hit rates, game logs, and all that stuff is right here for you on props.cash. Go down to the description of today's video. I've left a special link. Use that link. Save yourself 25% off your first month of props.cash when you use code Curry. All right. Nonetheless, here we've got Taijuan Walker's game logs pulled up. He's played a total of 24 games. 19 out of those 24 games, he has had at least 3 strikeouts or better. But things have gotten a little bit shaky here in recent games. Taking a look at the last couple of games, he's only had 2 strikeouts in each of the last 2 games. So is this taco a free square? No, by no means. is this considered a guaranteed hit or that this is a free square? No, it's not. In fact, the last time that he played the San Francisco Giants back in May, middle of May here, he only had one strikeout versus the Giants. Now, this was on the road in San Francisco. He's going to be in Philadelphia tonight. The reason I bring that up is some of these guys pitch better at home than they do away. In Taijuan Walker's case, when we take a look at his hit rates at home, pretty healthy at 83% overall. 10 out of 12 games, he's exceeded 2.5 strikeouts. So a little bit better at home than he is on the road. So hopefully that's the case today. Again, these last two games have not been good against Kansas City and Minnesota. He's only had 2 strikeouts. But am I going to take this taco? You're probably all wondering. Absolutely, I'm going to take this taco for more than 2.5 strikeouts. Now I've got 2 other picks. Now what I'm going to do with this 3-pick entry here is I'm going to flex this because what I'm hoping for is Taijuan Walker to get 3 strikeouts. I'm hoping Steven Kwan hits, and I'm hoping Bobby Miller ties. All right. Now if that happens, our 2.25x payout on a 3-pick flex then gets bumped up to a 3x payout. I like to call it a backdoor power play here. So let's look at this next pick. It's Steven Kwan of the Cleveland Guardians going up against Bobby Miller of the Los Angeles Dodgers today. Steven Kwan set at 0.5 hitter strikeouts. For this one, we're going to head over to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. We're going to plug in Steven Kwan's name, and you can see that his line is set at 0.5 hitter strikeouts. Now, at this number, he's a 51.5% chance to go under 0.5 hitter strikeouts. Now, I've used Steven Kwan under strikeouts quite a bit this season. I'm going back again tonight, and here's why. Because there's a number of projections out there for Steven Kwan that support the under. Starting first with The Bat by Derek Carty. You can find this out on Roto Grinders. If you're using Roto Grinders, check out The Bat there, or you can check out EV Analytics. Both sites host this fantastic MLB projection tool, but nonetheless, Steven Kwan projected for just 0.49 hitter strikeouts, all right? 0.49, the line is 0.50. Just to compare, that's a pretty low projection for a hitter to strike out. 1.72 for Ellie De La Cruz, in other words. So 0.49 for Kwan, kind of being one of the lower projections. 1.72 for a guy like Ellie De La Cruz. So you can kind of get an idea how low, how good of a projection this is for Steven Kwan to go under his hitter strikeouts. Let's also take a look here and see if they've got him on Fantasy Labs. We'll just punch in Kwan's name. You can see that at 0.5 hitter strikeouts, taking less on this pick is the way to go. 60.34% win percentage based on their simulations and models here on Fantasy Labs. And then we'll also take a look at Number Fire when we put in Steven Kwan's name there. He's projected for just 0.27 hitter strikeouts. So the projection models are loving Steven Kwan today. He's looking like a projection darling. Let's also take a look at PropStat Cash on Steven Kwan here. You can see that for the season, Steven Kwan's got just a 10.7% strikeout rate, which is pretty darn low against right-handed pitchers. Things stay about the same, 11% strikeout rate. So 10.7 for the season overall, 11% when he faces righties. He doesn't have any historical data because this will be the first time that he's facing Bobby Miller. But overall, Steven Kwan is known to be a guy who doesn't strike out a whole lot. That's why he's top of the order, batting first for Cleveland, right? He's a guy that's typically pretty good at getting on base. And so that's why I'm going to take Steven Kwan for less than 0.5 hitter strikeouts, which brings us to our third and final play, Bobby Miller, the guy that's going to be going up against Steven Kwan. He's at 5.0 pitcher strikeouts. Now you could either take this as a 3-pick if it'll let you, or you could drop Kwan and add Miller, or you can add Miller and drop Kwan, make it a 2-pick power play if you want, or mix these into some larger entries like a 5-pick or 6-pick. But Bobby Miller's looking like a play that we want to go under on. Let's go back to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Again, if you're not using this tool right here, you very, very well should be, because this tool right here allows you to get in on the picks, plays, before they get bumped up, before they get bumped down, or completely snatched from the PrizePicks board. Those of you who play on PrizePicks, you know that they're very active at bumping lines and removing lines. So this tool right here, this lets you get in before the bumps and all that stuff happens. But Bobby Miller's at 5 strikeouts, 53.4% chance that he goes under today. Looking pretty darn good so far for an under. So let's go run some projections on Bobby Miller and see if he's projected for more or less than 5Ks. First projection provided by The Bat, 4.53. That's less than 5. Second projection on RotoWire's got Bobby Miller at 4.30, even lower than the bat. So things are looking pretty good here for Bobby Miller to go under. Taking a look at Bobby Miller on Fantasy Labs, they got him at 4.86. So again, under 5 on 3 out of 3 models. Heading back over to Number Fire. Number Fire has him at 5.1, closer to 5 than 6. I'm okay with that. 5.1, maybe he ties, maybe he pushes, not the end of the world if that's the case. But the last projection provided by FTN has Bobby Miller at 4.6K. So pretty much every single projection model that we've referenced so far has Bobby Miller at around 5 or less. And so in this case, I'm going to take Bobby Miller for less. Now, when we do this, let's see if it'll let us actually play the full 25 on this. If not, we'll make it a 2-pick power play. Boom. It actually did let us get away with it. Sometimes they don't let you play a hitter versus a pitcher, but in this case, I like the correlation here. Quan projected to go under strikeouts with Bobby Miller projected to go under strikeouts as well. Hopefully Miller doesn't strike out Quan. Things are looking pretty good here. So 3-pick flex. If Miller ties, Quan and Walker do their job and hit for us, our 2.25x payout becomes a 3x payout. So good luck if you decide to tail any and all of these picks. Guys, I appreciate your support. Subscribe, like, and ring that bell so you're notified when I drop these videos in the future, and we'll catch you in the next video. Good luck on Taco Tuesday. Peace.